Hi, I'm Isabel and I'm doing Laminitis. And my two SMART goals for this session would be one, to engage in more small talk, and two, to take my time talking and spend at least 7 minutes minimum during this consult. Alright, action. Wait. um, Hi, are you Sandy?
Hi, yes, I'm Sandy.
Hi, I'm Isabel and I'll be your vet for today.
Nice to meet you.
Alright,
You can call me Miss Kelly.
Miss Kelly, alright. So I see from your file here that you have a horse named Regal and you think he has founder.
Yes, I'll just show you this way.
Yes.
We've got the horse here.
Alright.
This is him in the corner of the field over there.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
As you can see, he's putting all of his weight on his rear legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we think he might have foundered.
Yeah, alright. Well, can you tell me more about what he's been doing the past few days?
Yeah, so two days ago there was a thunderstorm
Mm-hmm.
and he bolted away and we didn't see him until this morning.
Oh, wow.
And when we found him in the corner here, he wasn't moving and he had shifted all his weight off the front.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. But you guys must have been very worried. That's
Yeah,
very
definitely
worrying.
for the 2
Yeah.
days, yeah.
Alright, so what about his eating, drinking habits?
Yeah, so right now we're feeding him a grain supplement for his pasture each week, and we keep him up to date with all of his worming and vaccination.
Okay,
and all
that's
that.
great, that's great.
Yeah, he's eating and drinking fairly regularly, like because we are training him to be a show horse, so for show
yeah.
jumping and like a 3-day events and stuff like that. So he's quite active. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, he definitely looks like he's a very active horse, definitely not overweight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's he like? What about his behaviors?
Oh, he's very well behaved. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very friendly. Likes to go up to people and get rubs on the nose and
Oh,
stuff like
that's
that.
so
Yeah.
cute. Okay.
Very well socialized.
Okay, so I see you also have other horses now. Would you know how he's interacting with the other horses? Is he being social? Or?
As of this morning, no, not really. He's been very like retracted, not his usual self. So usually he is quite social with the other horses, running around with them and stuff. But he hasn't moved from this corner since we found him.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna do a physical.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, from what I can see, he is a very active horse.
Mhm.
So definitely not a problem with weight or
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah. I've had horses my whole life, so I know how to keep
Yeah?
them lean.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. That's very good. That's very good. Now, do you do show jumping? Are you an equestrian? Or?
Yeah, so I plan to have all my business revolve around horses in the future.
Yeah,
so training
yeah.
them, raising them,
Yeah.
all that. So right now, yeah, he's being trained for show jumping and like 3-day events, and the other horses as well for like agility type
Yeah.
and jumping tournaments. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Do you have anything coming up soon?
Not in the near future. We just want to keep them
Yeah.
ready for it. Yeah.
All right. So, from what I can see with the physical exam, you're definitely correct. He seems to be putting a lot of his weight on his hind limbs, and if you can see here in the front hooves, it's a bit warm. It's warm to the touch, and that means there's inflammation.
Mhm.
You can touch it right here. You can
Oh, yeah.
see that it's
yes.
definitely warmer
Yeah,
than
definitely warm.
normal. Yeah. So that is a sign of inflammation. You can also see that when I do my little test, he draws back in pain.
Mhm.
So that is also a sign of founder of laminitis. So
Mhm.
you're definitely correct in that point. So have you had any experience with laminitis with founder before?
Yeah, so I did have one horse about 5 years ago
Mm-hmm.
that we had to euthanize
Oh,
because he was
oh my God,
so far
yeah.
gone. That's why I thought, as soon as I saw him this morning,
Yeah.
I called immediately just
Yeah.
to make sure he was going to be okay, because
Yeah.
I'm really not sure how like treatment goes or anything. Because my other horse, we found him, we realized it was too late to really try anything. So yeah, we just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, well, you're definitely right track. You were very right to call a veterinarian. So, you mentioned you had no clue with treatment or anything? Or?
No, I just
All right.
I wanted you to let me know if he is like in a place right now where he can be like saved, or if he's too far gone for that. But we can make that assessment.
Yes, for sure. So you mentioned that he escaped like 2 days ago.
Yep.
So we're gonna assume like within those 2 days, he probably consumed a lot of grain, and that could have triggered his laminitis. So it's either what causes laminitis could be high grain, very, very high grain diet, lush pastures like clover, a horse being overweight, but I see here it's not a problem with him. Another one, but rarely seen, would be if you douse your horse with cold water.
No, it was during a thunderstorm. Would that have been a factor?
Do you know if he was overheating a few days before, or was he fine?
He was okay before the storm. Yeah.
Well, it could be, but in my opinion, I think it could have been a very high grain diet. Like, what are his eating habits?
Yeah, he's a little bit of a garbage gut.
Yeah, okay.
So he has a tendency to always want to eat more. So yeah, he might have gotten into
that could have been it.
Eaten too much,
yeah. But whatever the cause is, the treatment would remain the same. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give him an anti-inflammatory.
Yep.
Right now, here. All right. But the thing is, you mentioned you've lost a horse before.
Yep.
So we're going to try as much as possible to make sure that does not happen. But that will involve very strict management practices, very strict husbandry practices, and very strict pharmacological practices. So in terms of medicine, you're just gonna have to give him an anti-inflammatory medicine for the next 2 weeks. And don't worry, I'm gonna write this all down for you.
Yep.
In terms of husbandry practices and management practices, so we're going to need to speak to someone about his horseshoe, because he needs to be fitted with bandages, with an orthopedic shoe, and they need to fix his hoof immediately, just so that he's not in any pain. Because we can clearly see that he's in quite a lot of pain. Yeah. What about his bedding? Can you tell me a bit more about that?
We've got the horses on the sand right now.
Oh, that's very good. Okay. Yeah. So that's definitely a good bedding for horses with laminitis, because you want as much cushioning as possible. So maybe keep the sand bedding for sure. We're going to change the bandages. What about his exercise?
He's very regularly exercised, as you know, he's a show jumping horse. So
sorry,
we do have it.
Okay, so I think we're gonna have to put him on rest for maybe 2 weeks. I'm gonna say 10 days minimum, but it's really up to your horse. It's really up to you as well. You have to keep an eye on him, make sure he's doing okay. I would say rest for 10 days with very light exercise, maybe around the paddock. Okay. You also mentioned he takes grain supplements.
Yep.
So we're going to have to stop with that for a while, because we're thinking maybe there's a very strong possibility that this is what caused laminitis.
Okay.
So enough with the lush pastures, enough with the grain concentrates, and so we're gonna stick to that for maybe, I want to say, a little bit more than 2 weeks. 2 weeks to 1 month.
So what should I feed him instead?
Maybe like hay.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. What are your other horses eating?
Same as we've got them all on the same thing. Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll just cut down on the grain supplements.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
The thing is with laminitis, if your horse gets it once, there's a higher possibility that they will get it again.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's why we wanna make sure to limit the grain concentrates and to really be strict with all these management practices.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So I know you mentioned you were very worried about, I guess, putting him down or anything, but look, like, we've had lots of cases with laminitis, and I think that if we both work together, if we really, really stick to this very strict practice, we can definitely have a shot here with him.
Okay, that's good.
You did mention though that was a very active horse, and
Yeah.
you were thinking about tournaments.
Yeah.
So there are studies that show that horses with laminitis or who have recovered from laminitis, they don't always perform the same way again because it will take a big hit on his energy, on his, I guess, metabolism. So maybe build up to that when he gets better.
Okay.
Start light exercise, moderate exercise, then build up to it for a while.
Okay. Well, the main thing is that he pulls through.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Well, I'm very confident that we'll be able to help with that.
Okay, that's great.
So, do you have any other questions for me?
No, I think that answers all my questions. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so just to recap, anti-inflammatory medicine for 2 weeks, rest for 2 weeks with very light exercise only if you see that he's up to it. No grain or no lush pastures.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna write that all up for you and I'm gonna give it to you. And other than that, I have nothing else to say. And I wish you all the best.
Okay. Are you gonna come back again?
Yes. I'm going to make an appointment. I'm going to talk to your previous vet first because I don't know when he's coming back from his trip.
Yeah.
If it's not him, I will see you again maybe 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
Yes, but I will definitely follow up with you on that because I'm not so sure yet.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
So I wish you all the best. Your other horses look like they're doing really well, so I know you're gonna help your horse right here.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I'll
you
see
for
you
your
again
help.
soon.
Yeah. See
Bye.
you soon. Bye bye.